Mute.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. By the title of the video, you must have guessed our destination. This was our summer trip which we took in September. We decided to go by air rather than by road since we did not have our own vehicle at that time. Renting a car was too expensive due to long weekend. I know some people go by road, but just be mindful about the parking charges. We took a cab to the airport. It was a 2.5 hours morning flight from Toronto to Montreal, and the mandatory window seat videos and photos. Oh, can you spot the CN Tower? An important thing, make sure you get the OPUS card from the airport itself, which is required for commuting through public transport. It is similar to Presto, which we use here. Believe me, it's very cheap and it's so convenient. We got on 747 bus from the airport. I was so happy because the bus dropped us just opposite to our hotel. We did not need any cab, so that was very good. Checked into the hotel, freshened up, and then we went to have a brunch rather, at Allo Coco, which is a famous breakfast cum brunch place. I'll add the location in the description below. It was amazing. So, day 1 we started with St. Joseph's Oratory. It is the tallest church in Canada and one of the largest domed structures in the world. The Oratory is important landmark and symbol of Montreal. You can click good pictures over here. Next stop was Montreal terrace, where you can catch a glimpse of entire downtown Montreal from the top. Since it's a hilltop, make sure you are ready to walk 1 to 2 kilometers as there are no bus stops nearby. Day 2 started with Biosphere. We took a metro and got off at Jean Drapeau station, if I'm not wrong with the pronunciation, which was very convenient because it was just opposite to the Biosphere. So believe me, the OPUS card and the public transportation is really good here. The Biosphere is a museum of environment. Its geodesic dome is an iconic architectural landmark in Montreal. So obviously we clicked some good pictures here. Picture तो बनता है. The next place that we visited was the Biodome. Now to reach here, you need to take a metro and get down at Vio station, which is again opposite to Biodome. We were thinking to skip this one, thought that it might not be worth paying 22 CAD for just a place which would look similar to a zoo. But to our surprise, it was much more than just a zoo. They had simulated entire ecosystem with much care and thought of the flora and fauna of each specific ecosystems. More importantly, the animals and birds were not caged and were free to roam around. Also, they had taken extra efforts to make the species feel at home by maintaining the appropriate atmosphere. For example, in subantarctic island region, the temperature was below 5 degrees, whereas you could feel the humidity in tropical rainforest area. Personally, this was my favorite place of all. I would highly recommend to visit the Biodome once, and it's a no-brainer to go there if you have kids. Especially the penguins and the birds were so cute there. Pay more attention to the day-wise itinerary because we had decided to cover specific spots on certain days and club them together based on their proximity to each other. So the next spot, that is the Botanical Garden, was just a 10 minutes walk from the Biodome. It is a nice place to visit and spend time, especially in the afternoon. The place is covered with a variety of flowers, trees. There is an artificial waterfall inside the Chinese garden. You will find many Instagrammable spots inside this garden. So do visit. In the evening, we visited Old Montreal, which is inspired by European culture, amazing architecture, and lots of good food. We went to the old port of Montreal, and honestly, it's not worth the hype. So, after spending about 10 to 15 minutes, we decided to go for dinner. We had made up our mind to have poutine from this famous place called La Banquise, where we were shocked to see the queue outside the place, even for the takeout. We were in the queue for almost 2 to 3 hours, ordered, and then waited for a few more minutes to actually get the order. But the wait was worth, and the poutine was amazing. Then the day 3 was our last day in Montreal, and our flight back home was in the afternoon. We just had room to visit one place before heading the airport. Even though Notre Dame Basillica is in Old Montreal, we could not get there the previous day since it was closed already. Notre Dame is a historical monument, a church with beautiful architecture and interiors. It had paintings depicting stories about the ancient times, so it was a good visit. You'll see that in the video. After visiting Notre Dame Basillica, we are back again at the airport to catch our flight. तो ये है चेतन का जुगाड़, उसको अपनी ड्रिंक ठंडी करनी थी तो ये ऐसे कर रहे थे जनाब। वहाँ के मेट्रो स्टेशंस के नाम बहुत ही फनी थे, तो ये दोनों उसके बारे में बात करके हंस रहे। Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Until then, au revoir. That's goodbye in French. Bye bye.